So just to give you some general patterns and clues, none of this is set in stone. You have to analyse each question individually, and I'm sure teachers will think up ways to violate some of these oversimplifications. But generally, most questions go this way. So for the first one here, you can see that, if I can find my pen, you can see here that one of them has suddenly increased and then the other two have slowly decreased. That's classic of a concentration. And so nitrogen has been suddenly added, or it could be or suddenly decreased if it went down, and then the other two slowly adjust. So that's classical of concentration. So the curves there, the down or the up curves, are rates of reaction, so collision theory, so less reactants, less collision, so the rate slows. So that's what the curves are all about. And so that then you need to look at the ratios. So it should be in the right stoichiometric ratios of 1, 3, and 2. And it should also match the Chateliers principle, whether it's going to the left or right-hand side. So I'll leave that for you to analyse yourself. I'm just looking at some general curve patterns, which ones jump and which ones don't. And so for the second one, if you see that all of a sudden everything changes and they are all gases, that would indicate this one would be there'd be either a sudden increase or sudden decrease. And so if there's a sudden increase, the volume must have decreased or something, so the pressure's increased. Sudden increase in pressure. And then Le Chateliers principle will then dictate which side it goes on. So if that's suddenly increased in concentration, maybe a sudden pressure. So there's what's jumped up, everything's jumped up. And so the sudden increase in pressure, you'd expect it to go to the area that's least. And so the NH3 would decrease and the other two would increase. So you can see the decrease, and this one here, NH3, has increased and the other two have decreased, okay? Which is what you'd expect. Now, if you see all three of them do a gradual change, that is usually temperature. And so this one, in this case for concentration, so it's usually one changes and the other two do the gradual, so one sudden, the rest gradual. For the pressure, it's usually all species are sudden, and for temperature, all species are gradual. Okay, so that's the general pattern. You need to further verify all this, that it is in the correct stoichiometric ratio, the changes, that they all match. And then for temperature, there's this extra one, whereas you should be able to redo the Kc, and the Kc should be different, and it should change accordingly. There's videos, the previous video should explain all those factors. Okay, and last of all, the catalyst. If it is far more steep than it has been with these ones, then that indicates that there is a catalyst. It's reaching equilibrium faster. Okay, so hopefully that you integrate that with all the other previous videos.